let's get started with the Python lesson. I bet you haven't seen these. Those are called comments. We use comments when we want something to happen or we don't want a part of the code. We don't want a part of the code to be in our code in the Python place. So for that, we use a hashtag and then whatever you want to write here. That is called a comment. So we got 4 codes. Let's start with our first one. So basically, you take A and B, and then you want to get them to 2 amounts. So let's say 10 and 30. Then you want to print the amount. So you would do parenthesis, quotes, first number is, quotes, this thing, and A. A does not need quotes because A is not something like first number is. So do the same thing for second number is. And you do not need indents. Indents mean spaces. So do the same thing here except put B. So here we want to print various outputs. So I have a lot of different outputs. Let's try the first output. A, comma, in quotes, the plus sign, B, in quotes, equal sign, and without quotes, A plus B. Basically what the code does is it will take A, add the plus to it, add B, then add the equal sign, and then instead of adding A plus B, it will do the equation and the equation's answer will come out. So it'll be A plus B equals, in this case, 40. And the same things are for the next one, except we use the minus, we switch B and A, we use multiplication, we use division, and again we switch B and A, or A and B. So in all of these codes we have different equations at the end, as you can see. So let's save this file and let's try it out in Python. There you go, guys. As you see, all of it came out because we wrote the print functions and the print functions here as well. So, as you see, the comments do not come out. But if the hashtags weren't there and there was a print sign, then the comments would have actually came. So, you've seen what that code does. So now let's move on to the next code. So, this one is like our task 1 here, except we changed them to T1 and T2. And then we had all the same equations, and the first number is, the second number is, but here we're using int input. Int input is a function that will allow you to type something in. So let me save and show you how this works. Right before that, if you want to clear something, you can always use the clear function and you won't see that anymore. So let me just get this up. Okay, here it is. Oh no. So allowed to type in numbers here. Really? Yeah, it doesn't work with letters because it has to be a number. So let's do 56 and 72. So there you go. All the equations came out. The same. It's like the same code, except you would write T1 and T2. These would be the same things. T1 equals int, and then in brackets, input, another bracket, in quotes, first number, bracket, bracket. Why we added the second bracket is so we can finish the first bracket one. And so you do the same thing for the second one, except you change it to whatever you want. So you can also add a third number. That would work as well. That would actually be really exciting. But we are not going to do it in this video. So that was our second task. You just learned int input. So let's go on to our next task. So I have never showed this, but we're going to be using while loops to print numbers 1 to 10 and 10 to 1. So first, to give it a little niceness, that's not a real word. You would put print numbers 1 to 10 or ascending order, something like that. And also put some of these here as well. And then you would actually get something nice. So we use two functions in this. We have A and we have B. So A has to be 1 for the numbers to go to 10. So our first code would be A equals 1. Then our next code would be starting with the while loop. While A is less than equal sign 10, and then this here. Basically what that means is A is less than or equal to 10. Print A. Put the print A where the I is. That is what an indent is. So here at the same position we write A equals A plus 1 because let's try and do this code if that code wasn't even there. So let's do this as well. So save. Let's try this. So let's try. Okay, so it's called Tisk 1 Day 2. Okay. So let's try this. See, if that wasn't there, then it would come out as 1 forever. If you want to stop it, press Ctrl C. So let's clear this. And then Ctrl Z all this. So it wouldn't work if it was like that. So that's why we keep A equals A plus 1. We do the same thing for B. Print numbers 10 to 1. Print all those. But this time B will equal 10 if you want to go down. So B equals to 10. And then in this while loop we do B is greater equal sign 1. Basically what it's saying is B is greater then 1. Print B. We do B equals B minus 1 because what it will do is it will keep minusing B until B is equal to 1. When B is 0, it will stop. That's the same thing for A. If A is 11, then it will stop. So let's save that code and let's try it. See, it came out. So that was actually really fun to make. Right before that, you'd want to do one thing. Put a print here. Like, if you want to make space like that, then you'd put one of those there. So let's try that. Oh, that's funny. Sorry. Should be right here. So then it will work. That was funny. So there we go. It worked. So let's move on to our last code of the day. First, as you can see, we have an if statement, while statement. So for this, you want to use int input. Here we are going to make a number to another number. So say t1 equals int, in brackets input, bracket number 1, bracket bracket. Same thing for t2, int, bracket input, bracket number 2, bracket bracket. So let's say you had that. Write an if statement saying if t1 is greater than t2. Put the t1 greater than t2 in brackets. Print going down. Put the print where after if. Same thing with this while loop. Let me just tell you how it works. While t1 is greater or equal to t2, print t1. t1 equals t1 minus 1. Basically what you're trying to tell it is, let's say you choose 8 to be t1 and t2 to be 4. That would be scrambled up in your brain. So basically what we did for this here, we used t1 equals t1 minus 1. So we will keep going down until t1 is actually equal to t2. For indents here, put the P where the I starts. Print and T1. So put the else here. Else, let's say you want to go up. Like, first number is 2. For T2 is 9. Then you want it to go up instead of saying going down. So you would write all of this. Except this time, try using going up and put while T1 is less than T2, print T1, and T1 should be T1. T1 is equal to T1 plus 1. So what the code will do is it will keep printing T1 until T1 is equal to T2. So let's try this. This is actually really challenging and fun to make or find out how to do. So let's destroy that. D2, disk 2. So number 1, let's say 5, 9. So see, it says going up because I typed in 5 as number 1 and 9 as number 2. Let's try it with going down. 9, 5, and it goes down. So these are really fun. I hope you learned a lot, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.